I was reincarnated as an ordinary black egg. But the school beauty with godlike talents only needed a glance at me before ignoring everyone and insisting on forming a contract with me. Not only does she hug me to sleep every night, she even brings me with her when she takes a bath. All because the school beauty was a martial arts emperor in her past life. Now reborn. She originally planned to contract the rare ice phoenix based on her previous life's memories, but unexpectedly encountered me, a transmigrator reborn as a dragon egg. So she gave up without hesitation, and the ice phoenix turned away and contracted with me instead. At this moment, Liu Ryan of Juxiao Academy clenched her fists tightly. In her previous life, for the sake of mastering the ultimate martial arts, she casually contracted with a weak spiritual beast. Unexpectedly, at the end of her martial path, she was never able to break through. Not only was her spiritual beast easily slaughtered, she herself also died in the beast tide. In this life, he absolutely refuses to repeat the same mistake. Determined to focus on mastering the art of beast taming, in his previous life, inside this giant beast nest, there was a spiritual beast with extraordinary growth potential. Because of his arrogance in his past life, someone else ended up contracting with this beast. This time, he is determined to obtain it no matter what. With the opening of the giant beast nest, everyone hurried inside. Relying on her past life memories, Liu Ryan quickly made her way into the giant beast nest. She looked around and soon spotted a blue ground chicken not far away. Don't be fooled by how small it is now. Its growth potential is absolutely incredible. In the future, it can become a phoenix, second only to dragons. Just as Liu Ryan was about to contract with it, an overwhelming aura suddenly erupted nearby. That was me reincarnated as a dragon egg. At this moment, I gradually opened my eyes and found myself surrounded by darkness. As I was wondering, a voice rang beside my ear, congratulating the host on binding the gold trait system. Every time you level up, you receive 1 gold trait. The ancestral dragon bloodline has been auto-bound for you. Looking at the information in my mind, I couldn't help but grin widely. Not only did I transmigrate to the beast-taming world, I also awakened a system and became a dragon. But then I realized a serious problem. Doesn't that mean I'm a spiritual beast that needs a human to contract with me? Thinking of this, I felt rather helpless. I hope the one to form a contract with me is a pretty girl. Outside the dragon egg, sensing the terrifying aura rushing over, Liu Ryan's beautiful face changed slightly, her eyes full of shock. That's dragon might, and it's unbelievably powerful. Could this be a dragon egg? Why would a dragon egg appear in the beast nest? You have to know, in the beast-taming world, dragons are incredibly terrifying and rare existences. A single dragon-shaped creature is enough to make the entire Xian nation, or even the whole world, boil with excitement. Its rarity is far beyond any other beast. It's the spiritual beast everyone dreams of. But to think such a creature would appear here in the beast nest. After a while, the power within the dragon egg began to subside, and the surroundings gradually returned to calm. Liu Ryan also calmed down inside. She stared at the dragon egg before her with burning eyes. Though she couldn't be sure it would hatch into a pure dragon, it's definitely related to dragonkind. Even a single egg can unleash such terrifying pressure. The spiritual beast within this egg must be at least of divine beast class. If it hatches into a pure dragon, that would be incredibly lucky. What a huge windfall. Liu Ryan hurried forward and directly formed a contract with the beast egg before her. She bit her fingertip and let her blood drip onto the dragon egg. With the contract complete, the dragon egg suddenly burst with intense golden light. Contract successful. A sharp pain instantly shot through Liu Ryan's arm, and soon a small dragon-shaped totem appeared, emitting a powerful glow. Through this life-bond contract, she sensed a massive energy inside the egg. Such energy is only found in spiritual beasts of the divine beast class. After contracting, Liu Ryan quickly checked the dragon egg's stats. But what she didn't expect was, she couldn't check any information at all. Is it because it hasn't hatched yet? So it's impossible to view its info? But she didn't think much more about it. She carefully picked up the dragon egg and headed toward the exit. Within the egg, I suddenly felt strange, as if my body was undergoing subtle changes. Could it be that someone formed a contract with me? I tried to summon the system panel to see who my contractor was. Liu Ryan, no way. I actually got contracted. And it's a girl. Too bad I haven't hatched yet, so I can't see what she looks like. Could she really be the school beauty in black stockings? After imagining for a few seconds, I went back to checking the system panel. Current bond level 3. I can only hatch after the bond reaches level 2. Evolution unlocks at level 5. So I hatch at level 2, huh? Yao, whether I can hatch quickly or not depends all on you. As the beast nest was about to close, everyone excitedly left with their contracted spirit beasts. After leaving the beast nest, they all happily showed off their contracted spirit beasts. While everyone was showing off, a confident girl walked over, and in her hands was none other than a ground chicken. It was exactly the ice phoenix Liu Ryan had her eyes on earlier. While Liu Ryan was stunned by the dragon egg's aura, the ground chicken quietly slipped away from the area and was contracted by the girl. Li Shen, am I seeing this right? You actually contracted a ground chicken? You have a talent score of 80. Isn't this a waste of your talent? Many teachers also looked troubled, with hidden dissatisfaction in their hearts. Speaking of talent, Li Shen is ranked second in the whole academy. Sensing the crowd's negativity, the ground chicken suddenly opened its eyes wide and let out a loud cry towards the sky. Its cry was so loud that it made the entire academy shake in shock. At that moment, everyone was in disbelief. After getting over their shock, the teachers and the principal were overjoyed. That's a phoenix call. To think this is a spiritual beast of the phoenix bloodline. Hearing it's a phoenix bloodline, everyone gasped in amazement. A phoenix bloodline, second only to dragons. And it's born at the divine beast level. Li Shen lifted her chin proudly and confidently walked onto the plaza under everyone's envious gaze. The teachers exchanged glances, knowing that such a genius must not be snatched by another academy. A beast tamer who can contract a divine beast. There are no more than 20 of them in the entire Xia nation. After their shock, everyone suddenly thought of something and turned their attention to the entrance of the beast nest. What about Liu Ryan? As one of the 2 geniuses of the academy, Liu Ryan's talent was as high as 99, a once-in-a-million super genius. With such talent, what kind of spirit beast could she possibly contract? Under the expectant gazes of the crowd, Liu Ryan slowly walked out of the beast nest. Just at that moment, suddenly a mutation occurred. The previously blue sky turned dark gray. Thunder rumbled. Storm clouds pressed overhead. It felt as if the apocalypse was descending. A mysterious power churned within the clouds. The black thunder clouds began to rapidly gather, taking the shape of a giant, shadowy dragon. All the spirit beasts on the field shrank in fear into people's arms. This is a heavenly phenomenon. At this moment, Woolen was ecstatic. He suddenly remembered something and ordered that those guys surely couldn't sit still either. Absolutely, can't let them take Ryan away. Meanwhile, leaders of various factions rushed over one after another. The terrifying phenomenon lasted for a while before fading. Ryan Li slowly walked out, holding the dragon egg. She had no idea what just happened. When everyone saw the egg in her arms, they were instantly stunned. Nobody could figure out why she'd take such a huge risk to bond with a spirit beast that hasn't hatched yet. Many powerful figures hovering above frowned deeply. They couldn't sense any aura from inside the egg, not even what species it was. Just as everyone was dumbfounded, a student screamed, suddenly realizing something. I know now, the phenomenon wasn't caused by Ryan Li. It was Xin Li, the spirit beast in Xin Li's hand. His words instantly enlightened everyone in the academy. I knew it. A broken egg. How could it cause such a terrifying celestial phenomenon? When they heard Phoenix Bloodline, the visiting experts finally understood. They had mistaken the main character. Several other academy principals all showed expressions of envy, feeling deeply resentful towards Wuling. faced with everyone's praise and envious looks. Shin Li held his head up proudly, fully enjoying the moment. Then, he made a provocative gesture toward Ryan Li. Seeing the spirit beast egg in Ryan Li's hand, Wulinger looked completely disappointed. Generally speaking, once a spirit beast bond is completed, the egg would hatch immediately. But this time, it didn't. That can only mean it's a low-level dud egg. Such amazing talent wasted on a dead egg. At this moment, Wulin had completely given up hope. Seeing Ryan Li, Shin Li couldn't help but laugh. I thought you'd bond with some incredible spirit beast. Turns out it's just a dud egg. The people next to him chimed in. Bonding is done. The egg hasn't hatched. If it's not a dud egg, what is it? Hearing the ridicule from everyone, Ryan Li only furrowed her brows, looking at the walking chicken in Shin Li's hands. She smiled helplessly. So it's still the same as last time. Last time, the Mist Frost Phoenix also chose Shin Li, but this time around, he found an even more terrifying spirit beast. Thinking of this, Ryan Li let out a cold laugh. Bonded with a divine class spirit beast, it's really not that big of a deal. Noticing Ryan Li's indifferent attitude, Shin Li felt a surge of anger. Since that's the case, do you dare bet with me? A month from now, you and I will duel. The loser must leave the academy. Upon hearing this, Wuling and others were about to speak up to stop me from accepting. Ryan Li answered very seriously. Seeing that Ryan Li agreed, Shin Li clapped excitedly. You said it yourself. 1 month from now, I'll show everyone who the true genius is. As the crowd dispersed, word of the duel spread further and further. Over the next few days, Ryan Li energetically prepared everything needed for hatching. The spot for hatching the spirit beast egg, a suitable amount of nutrient solution, and the contract holder's pre-sale power. Right now, the temperature inside the egg began to rise. I feel like I'm in an incredibly warm and soft environment.
It really is a fascinating feeling.
Soon, rich energy flowed into the egg. I started absorbing it urgently. As experience points kept increasing, I was getting closer and closer to hatching. Just like that, Ryan Li used the same method to incubate for 3 days and nights. The egg started showing signs of cracking. As the cracking sounds grew, more and more cracks appeared on the dragon egg. Ryan Li was overjoyed. Little one, I've pinned all my hopes on you. Come on, don't let me down. Inside the dragon egg, I kept absorbing the nutrient solution. Finally reached level 2. Congratulations, you have obtained Infinite Devour with Gold Magnet Bar. Seeing the effect of the second Gold Magnet Bar, I was left speechless. No wonder it's the Gold Magnet Bar. The reward is absolutely overpowered. The next moment I broke out of the shell. Excitedly looked around. Looks like this is the girls' dorm. Wow, there are even black stockings. Just as I was stunned, a pair of jade-like hands suddenly picked me up from behind. What just happened? After seeing Ryan Li, I was dumbfounded. She really is like a fairy descending to earth. Although I've become a spirit beast, being bonded by the campus beauty doesn't seem so bad. Seeing that the dragon egg successfully hatched, Ryan Li was extremely excited. She quickly picked me up to examine carefully. Little one, you really made me wait a long time. Since I just came out of the shell, I looked a bit messy. My black scales still had a bit of egg liquid on them. 2 tiny horns protruded from my head. After seeing what I looked like, Ryan Li was ecstatic.
It's actually purebred dragon.
Originally, I just hoped to hatch a spirit beast with dragon blood. That would have been enough. But I never expected to hatch a purebred dragon. Even among dragons, there's a distinction in bloodline strength. Their color is the simplest way to tell. Blue, red, white, purple, gold. But mine is black. I remember last time, Ryan Li met a divine class beast tamer who commanded a golden dragon. There was no equal in the world, known as the top beast tamer. But even that was only golden. So what's with this black one? Could the bloodline be even stronger than gold? When she thought of this, Ryan Li happily hugged me. Little one, you've really given me a huge surprise. So soft and fragrant. Is this the treatment spirit beasts get? This is awesome. This must be the peak of dragon life. Ryan Li quickly wiped me clean. Right after, she placed the pre-purchased lean meat in her hand. Little one, you must be hungry. The moment I saw the meat, my eyes instantly lit up. I really am a bit hungry now. I grabbed the lean meat and started chomping. After devouring the meat, the system notification popped up. Devouring lean meat grants +1 to maximum health. While I was feasting, Liu Ryan began to check my attributes, the ancestral dragon bloodline. After clearly seeing my attributes, Liu Ryan was completely stunned. It was actually the highest level ancestral dragon bloodline. And this little guy is only level 2 right now, yet its basic attributes are already so godlike. Thinking of this, Liu Ryan watched me eat and wore a doting, motherly smile. So cute. All right, you don't have a name yet. What should I call you? I should check if you're male or female first. Whoa, that's so direct. I'm not ready for this. Seeing Liu Ryan's hand reaching toward me, I hurriedly ran forward. But before I could take 2 steps, Liu Ryan reached out and picked me up by the scruff. Let me see. It's actually a male. Then I'll call you Zhao Yao, Liu Ryan said with great interest, clearly very satisfied with the name she gave. Hearing the name Liu Ryan gave me, I tilted my head and pondered the hidden meaning, then helplessly nodded my head. Seeing that I agreed, Liu Ryan happily picked me up immediately. Zhao Yao, once you've filled your belly, I'll take you to the dungeon to level up. 5 minutes later, I patted my full stomach and let out a loud burp. Seeing that I was full, Liu Ryan immediately grabbed me and ran toward the dungeon. The Zhujiao Academy Dungeon Plaza. At this time, it was already overcrowded. The teachers were organizing their respective classes, entering the dungeon in an orderly manner. During these 3 days, the students who had contracted spirit beasts had been assigned to various classes. Li Shen, who had contracted a god-tier spirit beast, was naturally the object of everyone's competition. Several teachers even came to blows over her. In the end, Wu Ling stepped in to ensure Li Shen was placed in Class 1. As for Liu Ryan, who had contracted a dead egg, she was rejected by various teachers with all sorts of excuses. In the end, they had no choice but to place her in Class 9. Where is Ryan? Hasn't she arrived yet? The teacher looked toward the dormitory with some concern. As soon as the words were spoken, several classmates immediately mocked. Teacher, in my opinion, she's too ashamed to show up. Maybe she's still trying to hatch that egg. Facing the ridicule of everyone in the class, Liu Ryan's best friend, Su Qing, was about to snap back. But then she saw Liu Ryan holding a spirit beast, walking toward them. The moment everyone saw the spirit beast, they all burst out laughing. Is this the spirit beast hatched from that dead egg? What is this thing? A little black dog with wings? It couldn't be that the dead egg didn't hatch at all, and you just bought some random thing from a street stall. Facing everyone's taunts, Liu Ryan only sneered in her heart. They had never seen a real dragon, so how could they have seen a dragon hatchling? In the world of beast tamers, the dragon race is a supreme existence. Forget about Zhuzhou. Even in the entire Xia country, Zhao Yao might be the only one. Seeing that everyone had arrived, Su Xiaoyan coughed twice. She said, since everyone is here, let's enter the dungeon in order. Then she began explaining the dungeon rules. Killing spirit beasts in the dungeon earns corresponding points. The top 10 people with the highest scores will receive very generous rewards. Everyone acknowledged her and began choosing their respective dungeons. Liu Ryan looked at the dungeon in front of her. This one. Compared to the other 4 dungeons, this one was more difficult, but it offered more points. She wanted to slap these people's faces hard. After entering the dungeon, I excitedly scanned the surroundings. I let out a dragon roar that echoed through the entire gravel valley, instantly scaring the surrounding spirit beasts into fleeing. Ancestral dragon bloodline. All things submit. This scene truly left Liu Ryan stunned. Terrifying. This scene truly left Liu Ryan stunned. What a terrifying ancestral dragon bloodline. Looking at the mountain-piercing rats in front of me, I pounced directly toward them, killing them one by one with a single claw. The notification for +3 experience kept ringing on the panel. Thinking of the infinite devour trait, I immediately activated devour on a mountain-piercing rat, gained +1 to maximum defense. Although it didn't taste very good, At least I got a reward. Just as I was eating, suddenly a mountain-piercing rat king burrowed out from the ground. Since she had memories of her past life, Liu Ryan quickly confirmed the spirit beast's identity. This is a mountain-piercing rat king. Zhao Yao, be careful. The level limit for the dungeon is level 7, and this rat king is also level 7. Hearing Liu Ryan's voice, I became fully alert. While I was sizing up the mountain-piercing rat king, the latter launched an attack, appearing in front of me in an instant. It attacked frantically with powerful claws. I kept dodging, looking for a chance to strike back. Then Liu Ryan shouted, "Attack its belly." That's its weakness. Hearing this, I looked at the rat king's belly. Sure enough, the skin there was bare, without any armor. So, seizing the opportunity, I landed a critical hit, instantly defeating the mountain-piercing rat king. My experience immediately leveled up to level 3. Congratulations on obtaining a golden trait. Absolute penetration. A golden trait that can ignore armor. Not bad, not bad. I thought excitedly. Seeing me kill the mountain-piercing rat king, Liu Ryan happily ran over and picked me up. "Zhao Yao, you did great." Saying that, she gave my cheek a big kiss. It feels pretty good to be a spirit beast, getting to be close with the school beauty. At this time, an hour had passed since the dungeon opened. The points on the screen were constantly refreshing, but the first place had never changed. Outside the dungeon, the teachers saw Li Xin's score. Their eyes filled with admiration. 117 points. Li Xin had already pulled ahead of second place by a 10-point gap. The higher the level of the spirit beast killed, the higher the points earned. Speaking of which, Li Xin is only one step away from becoming an apprentice beast tamer. Yes, if this girl is well trained in the future, she might become a master, or even a grandmaster level beast tamer. Just then, the point rankings underwent a massive change. A familiar name rose rapidly. In the blink of an eye, it reached the second place position, only 1 point behind the first place Li Xin. The teachers were absolutely shocked. They were truly quite bewildered. Seeing this score, Wu Ling was equally astonished. Could it be that the dead egg Ryan contracted hatched into an epic tier spirit beast? However, what they didn't know was, the reason she was still 1 point behind was that Liu Ryan was busy preparing food for me. Wasted a lot of time. I was still dominating in the dungeon. Quickly leveled up to level 5. Not only did I get the magnetic stripe Ancient Dragon Eye, I also unlocked the skill tree, reached level 5, started my first evolution. As the system voice ended, I suddenly felt sleepy. "Xiao Yao, what's wrong with you?" Liu Ryan ran over in a panic, found that I was evolving, and breathed a sigh of relief. By now, the dungeon opening time was almost over. Most students had already left the dungeon. Li Xin was no exception. He thought he'd easily secured first place, but found everyone staring blankly at the screen. As he looked at the screen, with the dungeon time ending, everyone gradually left. After being teleported out of the dungeon, Liu Ryan nervously patted her face. Killed so many spirit beasts. No idea how many points I earned. As long as it's not last, it's fine. When she saw the points on the screen. First place, Xiao Yao. We're good. When she saw the points on the screen. First place, Xiao Yao. We actually took first place. As for the result, I totally expected it. I excitedly waved my dragon claw. Of course. Just look at the level of spirit beasts I fought. A level 7 armored mole king. A level 7 giant rock beast. This kind of high-level combo. If anyone else encountered it, wouldn't they have just exploded? After double-checking my ranking, Liu Ryan was overjoyed. "Xiao Ya, you're amazing. It's all thanks to you. I have to reward you well tonight. I wonder what kind of reward." While I was still fantasizing about it, Li Xin and the others walked over. "Liu Ryan, you must have cheated. A spirit beast hatched from 1 bullet. At most, that's only epic level. How could it possibly beat my god-level beast?" Facing Li Xin's baseless accusations, Liu Ryan's expression immediately changed. "That just means you lack experience. It's normal not to have seen it." Liu Ming sneered on the side. A sinister look flashed in his eyes. "It's not that we don't believe you. It's just that we've never seen your spirit beast before. How about this? Go into the dungeon again. If you can make it out safely this time, we'll admit you didn't cheat.
Hearing this,
Su Shaoyang got angry right away. Are you kidding me? Why don't you ask Li Xin to do the next dungeon instead? Ryan and her beast just finished a battle, and now you want them to go in again. Isn't that asking for suicide? Li Ming just shrugged nonchalantly. If you don't do it, it means you cheated. As the two were about to keep arguing, Wu Lin frowned. I'll make my own ruling on this. Stop arguing. Top 10 this time, come to my office. I'll distribute your rewards. Everyone, you're dismissed. After everyone left, Liu Ryan took me to Wu Lin's office. Inside Wu Lin's office at that moment, everyone had already gotten their rewards, and were leaving one after the other. Facing the unwilling Li Xin, Wu Lin quickly comforted him. Li Xin, don't lose heart. We all see your potential. Right now, you're the pride of Juxiao. Train your spirit beast well. Don't let me down. If you need any resources, just tell Liu Ming. I've already given instructions. Train your spirit beast well. Don't let me down. If you need any resources, just tell Liu Ming. I've already talked to him. After hearing this, Li Xin's anger finally subsided, and then he left the office satisfied. Liu Ryan, even if you got first place, so what? All the Academy's resources are still with me. In a month, I'm going to make you leave Juxiao in shame. After Li Xin left, Liu Ryan came to Wu Lin's office. Dean Wu Lin examined me carefully. Ryan, is this your spirit beast? Liu Ryan nodded. Yes, Dean. He's called Sha Yao. After observing for a while, Wu Lin's relaxed brows suddenly knitted. Not gonna lie. Of all the spirit beasts in the world, I've seen at least 1,000, if not 800. But your spirit beast, I've never seen anything like it. Just what is he? Liu Ryan gently stroked my head. Sha Yao is a baby dragon. Upon hearing the word dragon, Wu Lin's eyes went wide. You're not joking with me, are you? You should know, dragon-type creatures haven't appeared even once in all of Xia country. How could a beast of this level appear in a single bullet? What a joke. That's a supreme dragon. Even if it did hatch, how could it be willing to form a contract with a human? Thinking of this, Wu Lin's last bit of hope for Liu Ryan was completely shattered. He took out the points leaderboard reward. This is the reward for first place.
taking the reward from Wu Lin.
Liu Ryan said to me, Xiao Yao, look, this is our reward. Looking at what he was holding, I instinctively gulped. More tasty food. Just as I was about to reach out my claw, there was a loud commotion behind Wu Lin. Liu Ryan instinctively glanced behind him. Dean, this is my spirit beast. Wu Lin chuckled and moved aside a bit. From behind him, a gigantic beast slowly walked out. It was a huge tiger. Its dark golden fur crackled with lightning. Between its eyes, a massive beast. It was a huge tiger. Its dark golden fur flickered with streaks of lightning. A golden mark between its eyebrows. The moment I saw this tiger, Liu Ryan covered her mouth, a little surprised. Is this the legendary celestial thunder tiger? Wu Lin smiled and nodded. It's the celestial thunder tiger, all right. It just barely counts as a pseudo-god beast.
He went through a lot for this celestial thunder tiger.
Unfortunately, its talent isn't enough. It can only barely reach pseudo-god beast level. Wu Lin went on. I named him Tiancha. This one doesn't like strangers, so I keep him in my office. At this moment, the celestial thunder tiger let out a low growl. Its beastly eyes locked onto me in Liu Ryan's hand. I lazily opened my eyes and said, well, there's a little tiger here too. The celestial thunder tiger roared, Hey kid, looking for a beating, huh? I instantly felt mocked. The divine tiger slowly stepped forward. A powerful aura erupted from its body. Seeing my spirit beast suddenly go berserk, Wu Lin immediately frowned and scolded it. Because I had mastered and become fluent in beast speech, naturally, I could understand what the divine tiger was saying. An insignificant little tiger like you dares to show off in front of this dragon? I let out a low growl and soared into the sky. At that moment, the ancestral dragon's pressure erupted completely. Liu Ryan was startled by the scene, but she quickly regained her composure. It was the Thunder Divine Tiger trying to intimidate the little demon. Just as Wuling was about to step in and stop it, the ancestral dragon's aura I exuded completely suppressed the Thunder Divine Tiger. With just a low growl, the previously arrogant Thunder Divine Tiger now lay on the ground like a wilted eggplant. And Wuling, who was bound to it by contract, suddenly felt so overwhelmed that he could barely breathe. Seeing Wuling's face growing increasingly pale, Liu Ryan hardly picked me up from the air. Seeing this, I finally withdrew my pressure. Sorry about that, Headmaster. Xiaya, settle down. Sorry, Headmaster. The little demon was just being naughty. Wuling took a deep breath, forcibly suppressing his panic. Liu Ryan, standing by, awkwardly said, Headmaster, I'll head back to the dorm first. Once Liu Ryan left, Wuling collapsed onto the sofa. What on earth happened just now? Meanwhile, the Thunder Divine Tiger seemed to have exhausted all its energy. Terror filled its eyes as it let out fearful, low growls. After leaving the headmaster's office, on the way back to the dorm, Liu Ryan quietly asked Xiaoya, was it the headmaster's spirit beast showing off in front of you just now? I followed behind Liu Ryan and nodded, then waved my paw in the air. Though it looked rather abstract, she still understood what I meant. I just knew my Xiaoya was the best. But don't do that again, okay? After all, it is the headmaster's spirit beast. If it got hurt, it'd be a real problem. I nodded. There probably won't be a next time. After being shocked by my aura, that dumb tiger definitely won't act tough in front of me again. Just as Liu Ryan returned to the dorm, her bestie Su Qing excitedly hugged her. Ryan, you were amazing today. You totally embarrassed Li Shen. I've never liked her anyway. Liu Ryan sweetly smiled and said it was all thanks to Xiaoya. When she saw me, Su Qing's eyes lit up. So cute. Can I hug him? When I heard that, I immediately lifted my head up proudly. I'm a very aloof dragon, you know? But then again, I guess getting hugged is fine, right? Hee, watching me drool at the corners of my mouth, Liu Ryan let out a cold snort and knocked me on the head. What a little pervy dragon. But you really are the hero today. I'll give you a bath. Just relax and enjoy it. Wait, a bath? Happiness sure comes suddenly. Saying that, she picked me up and walked into the bathroom. When we came out of the bathroom, Su Qing was already asleep. Liu Ryan suddenly thought of something. It seems she forgot to buy a spirit beast nest. She spoke while lowering her head to look at me. Little demon, you'll have to squeeze in the same bowl with me for now. I'll help you get one tomorrow. She spoke while lowering her head to look at me. Little demon, you'll have to squeeze in the same bowl with me for now. I'll help you buy one tomorrow. Before I could react about the nest, she picked me up and laid me on the bed, feeling the warmth of a young girl and that faint body scent. How can I sleep like this? The next day, since we had spirit power tests, Liu Ryan dragged me to class early. As soon as everyone in the class arrived, Su Xiaoyan took out a crystal sphere. After everyone went through the dungeon training, I'm sure you've all gotten familiar with your spirit beasts. Today is the day to test everyone's spirit power value. Hearing Su Xiaoyan's instructions, everyone nodded excitedly. Spirit power is the key to leveling up. Fighting alongside your spirit beast helps you gain spirit power. You can also use items to improve it. However, items that boost spirit power are ridiculously expensive. Becoming an apprentice beastmaster is the first step on the road to becoming a beastmaster. After becoming an apprentice beastmaster, you'll receive an apprentice badge. The higher your beastmaster rank, the better the rewards you get. After Su Xiaoyan finished going over the important details, she had everyone line up to get tested in turn. As the testing went on, the highest spirit power value so far was only 67. Finally, it was Liu Ryan's turn. She calmly walked up to the crystal sphere. Suddenly, the crystal sphere emitted a blinding light. As the white light faded, everyone rushed to check the number on the sphere. Spirit power 100. She became an apprentice beastmaster. It made sense that Li Shen became an apprentice beastmaster. But how did she do it? Seeing the spirit power value on the crystal sphere, Liu Ryan grinned, just as expected. Even before this, she already had a spirit power over 80. After the dungeon battle, she advanced. Becoming an apprentice beastmaster was a piece of cake. Congrats, Ryan. You're now an apprentice beastmaster. But you still have to pass the final trial. I understand, Liu Ryan nodded. In her previous life, she was stuck at the final trial for half a year. Back then, she only wanted to walk the path of martial arts. So she didn't care about the final trial at all. Didn't give it a second thought. After that, Su Xiaoyan took Liu Ryan to the Forest of Beginnings. On the way, she explained the rules and tasks to Liu Ryan. When they arrived at the Forest of Beginnings, there were already over 50 people waiting at the entrance. Just as Liu Ryan was about to enter the Forest of Beginnings, a familiar figure walked out from the side. Liu Ryan, I didn't expect you to be here too. Seeing Li Shen here, Liu Ryan wasn't surprised at all. If you can be here, why can't I? At that, I looked coldly at the woman behind me. Her mouth is definitely sharp, but she does have talent. It's no surprise she could become an apprentice beastmaster. But her mistake was messing with someone she shouldn't have. Dare to bully my Yao. I'll totally beat the crap out of you. Seeing only 2 people show up from Juxiao Academy, the students from Tianlong Academy laughed mockingly. Juxiao Academy actually produced 2 apprentice beastmasters. Just don't end up failing your trial task and dying in the forest instead. Isn't that the one with the dead egg contract? You gonna throw your egg at the spirit beasts or what? Hearing those mocking words, I really couldn't stand it. I was about to use dragon might to intimidate these guys. But Liu Ryan stopped me. Don't worry, little demon. Let them gloat for now. We'll smack them down in a few days.
Hearing this,
my anger finally started to subside. I nodded helplessly. Once everyone had gathered, they each brought their spirit beasts and entered the Forest of Beginnings. Liu Ryan wasn't in a hurry. She waited until the end and walked into the forest with me. Once in the forest, after looking at the 5 required items for the task, she said none of these should be difficult to get. Little demon, let's go. I waved my dragon claws. Could not wait to level up. After reaching level 15, I'll be able to trigger my second evolution. Can't even imagine that second evolution. Can't wait to see how awesome it'll look. Using memories from her past life, Liu Ryan led me through the Forest of Beginnings to search. We quickly encountered the first spirit beast. But honestly, it's not really a spirit beast anymore. It's actually a fierce beast. Unlike the spirit beasts in the school dungeon, these are much more aggressive. They even prey on humans. Before Liu Ryan could attack, that rabbit charged right at us. I let out a low growl. Ancient dragon flame shot from my mouth. The blazing fire instantly engulfed the vine rabbit. Just one hit, and it was burned to ashes. Even the area behind it was scorched to dust as well. Seeing the fire, I breathed out. Liu Ryan was stunned on the spot. That was like using a cannon on a mosquito. Just as Liu Ryan walked towards me, suddenly a sound of wind broke out behind us. I quickly flew forward to shield Liu Ryan. The attack triggered scale armor defense, reducing the damage. Only a bit of my scales got scratched. After seeing what it was, Liu Ryan quickly warned me, "Little demon, be careful. It's a rear-shell turtle. Its defense is really high. Aim for its head as much as possible." At her words, I just smiled.
take this.
Absolute penetration. I flew directly to the top of the turtle's head and slashed at its shell. With the absolute penetration ability, the turtle's shell ripped like paper. It died instantly. Congrats, host, you've leveled up. Auto-drawn trait, Eye of Insight. Now you can check levels and info. So there's no need to worry about understanding fierce beasts anymore. A few more waves of fierce beasts came after that, and we took them all down. Soon, I've leveled up to level 6. It was getting dark. After clearing a patch of land, Liu Ryan started roasting some meat. Finally, time for some delicious food. I thought joyfully. Technically, I could just eat raw meat. But it doesn't compare to grilled meat. Raw meat is just not as tasty as barbecue. As I kept eating, the infinite devourer trait kept triggering. Right after I finished eating, Liu Ryan started to worry. There are so many bloodstones around. Will they attract Dark Night Wolves? If there's only a few, we can handle it. But if there are more than 10, things get really tricky. Might even draw the Shadow Wolf King. Seeing Liu Ryan so anxious, I flew over and nuzzled her cheek. With me around, No problem at all. Doesn't matter what kind of Wolf King it is. Any that come here are just food. Liu Ryan took a deep breath. Go for it, little demon. Tonight it's all up to you. Sure enough, it didn't take long. Howls came from deep within the forest. A massive wolf head emerged from the trees. It was the Shadow Wolf King we just mentioned. Nearly 20 night wolves followed behind him. I sized up the Wolf King before me, then immediately used Insight Eye to check his stats. After seeing the Wolf King's info, I was a little shocked. As expected of an elite level beast, he actually reached level 15. I don't care if you're a Wolf King or Dog King. Since you dared to come here today, don't even think about leaving. I instantly flapped my wings and charged at the Wolf King. Liu Yin on the side had already activated her shield. After all, fierce beasts don't go easy on you, just because you're human. When the Wolf King saw my move, he quickly led his pack to charge at me. I waited for the right moment, grabbed a wolf with one foot and soared into the air. After slamming it down hard, I immediately unleashed the primordial dragon flame. In an instant, all the minions were dealt with. The next second, the Night Wolf King leapt high into the air. Both sharp claws slashed down at me. Unable to dodge in time, 3 long bloody gashes appeared on my right wing. Fortunately, the bloodline of the ancestral dragon has powerful healing abilities. Just a few seconds later, the wounds on my wing completely healed. After adjusting my state, I quickly swiped my claws at the Wolf King. Dragon Claw and Wolf Claw collided together. For a moment, our strengths were evenly matched. I quickly swiped my claws at the Wolf King. Dragon Claw and Wolf Claw collided together. For a moment, our strengths were evenly matched. But as I gradually pressed harder, the Wolf King began to falter. With a careless moment, I sent him flying. Just as I was about to finish him off with a charged skill, the Wolf King immediately controlled his minions nearby, placing them in front of himself. Seeing this, I just sneered disdainfully. The primordial dragon flame was unleashed again. At the very instant the dragon flame touched them, the minions and the Wolf King himself were instantly reduced to ashes. Successfully killed the Wolf King, leveled up to level 7. Perks were automatically selected for you. Full stripping. When I saw the skill, I was stunned for a moment. There's actually such a broken perk. It can permanently take away a target's skill. After learning about the perk, I checked the system panel again. After this level up, all attributes increased so much. Just as I was about to turn to Liu Yan, I saw he'd already been squatting in the Wolf King's ashes, searching for the Wolf King's beast core. Demon, come help me look for a red stone. If you find it, I'll give you some roasted meat. Luckily, hard work pays off. With both of us searching, we finally found a red crystal. Liu Yin was overjoyed. She quickly picked up the beast core. Night Wolf's teeth. Night Wolf's beast core. After a fierce battle, it was finally time to eat again. You can even get skills from eating. Looks like it's the Shadow Wolf skill. Fortunately, it's a claw-type skill. Barely usable. After eating and drinking enough, the sky gradually brightened. So we continued deeper into the forest, searching for the tricolored deer antler and calm mind flower. The calm mind flower helps spirit beasts maintain stability, so it's not really rare. But the tricolored deer antler is a fairly precious item. Because the antler contains a strange energy, as long as you absorb it, it can greatly enhance your abilities. Liu Ryan searched for a long time with all her might. Just as she was about to give up, she finally spotted it by the pool not far away. Just as she was about to give up, she finally saw by the pool not far away traces of the tricolored deer. The moment she saw the tricolored deer, Liu Ryan quickly scooped me into her arms. Little demon, don't make a sound. The tricolored deer is extremely sensitive. It will run away if it hears even the slightest noise. We've been searching for it for so long, we absolutely can't let it escape again. With that, Liu Ryan tiptoed towards the tricolored deer that was drinking water. Just as she was about to get close to the tricolored deer, 2 people suddenly appeared from the nearby bush. They were the same ones from Tianlong Academy at the gate earlier. I didn't expect them to be after the deer too. Little demon, it's up to you this time. I nodded, ready to make a move at any moment. At the same time, the two people on the other side also noticed Liu Ryan ahead. Zhou Tong, look. There are people over there too. Looks like they're from Juxiao Academy. Zhou Tong curled her lip and said, probably just trash from Juxiao Academy? Ignore them. After they discussed their strategy, Zhou Tong suddenly rushed out of the bush and ordered her spirit pet to attack the tricolor deer. The flame tiger roared and charged at the tricolor deer. The tricolor deer sensed danger and immediately bolted towards the bush on the left. Little did they know Song Hong had already sneaked over. Seeing the tricolor deer right in front of him, he instantly commanded his spirit beast to attack. A pitch-black bat opened its mouth wide, releasing huge visible sound waves. The tricolor deer didn't have time to dodge and collapsed to the ground. Just as those two were about to seize it, Liu Ryan quickly signaled me to charge at them. Seeing a spirit beast suddenly appear, Zhou Tong and her partner didn't panic, but started laughing instead. You two losers, think you can take our prize? Take your spirit beast and scram, and I'll pretend I never saw you. With that, she ordered the flame tiger to boldly approach me. After checking out both spirit beasts, I couldn't help but laugh. Anyone who doesn't know would think they're divine beasts. Even trash at this level, even beasts this low level dare to act tough. At that, I flew straight up into the air, unleashing my dragon's aura. The terrifying pressure forced both beasts into the ground. Their bones crackled from the force. Before Zhou Tong and her partner could react, they instantly felt tremendous pressure and spat out a mouthful of blood. Stunned, Song Hong muttered, "That pressure is terrifying. How can the spirit beast that hatched from that dead egg be so strong?" While they were still in shock, Liu Ryan quietly grabbed the deer's antlers and took them to a safe place. "Little demon, we've got the tricolor deer's antlers. Let's get out of here." With that, she waved me over. Seeing her gesture, I withdrew my pressure and went back to Liu Ryan's side. After we left, Zhou Tong and her partner slowly got up. Still trembling with fear, they said, "Isn't everyone in Juxiao Academy supposed to be weak? Why is he so strong?" Song Hong shook his head nearby. "We should go warn the others. We must be careful of that woman." Meanwhile, Liu Ryan looked at the antlers in her hand and couldn't help but laugh. "Now we just need to find the spirit-focusing flower. Thanks to you, little demon girl." Over the next 2 days, Liu Ryan took me all around looking for it. We finally found the spirit-focusing flower. Then she checked the time. "There are still 2.5 days before leaving the dungeon. Now it's time for you to level up, little demon." As soon as she finished, a loud roar thundered from not far away. Liu Ryan frowned. Even a top-tier beast shouldn't be able to make a sound that powerful. "Little demon, should we go check it out?" After I glanced at the direction of the roar, I nodded. Because in that direction, I could actually sense the fluctuation of bloodline. The surrounding trees grew thicker, and there were fewer and fewer beasts. Liu Ryan frowned and said, "Little demon, it seems we're getting closer to that area." As we went deeper after passing through the bush, the air grew colder and colder, like we were in the frozen wilderness, like we were surrounded by ice and snow. While Liu Ryan was observing her surroundings, she saw a massive snake-like creature, completely covered in black ice, slowly coming out. Liu Ryan's pupils shrank beside me. "That's an ice jiao. It actually evolved to this stage." Hearing Liu Ryan's words, I finally understood. So it's a jiao-type spirit beast. No wonder I could feel dragon blood in it. And just now in the cave, there was another aura as strong as its own. While I was thinking, rustling noises came from the bush on both sides. Sure enough, that commotion attracted lots of people. Even Li Xin came rushing over. When everyone realized it was an ice jiao, they were all shocked. The ice jiao is extremely territorial, so something must have trespassed just now. Sure enough, a sharp cry pierced the sky, and 2 eagle-like beasts appeared overhead. Those are gale eagles. Liu Ryan was startled. Gale eagles are evolved spirit beasts too. They naturally feed on snakes. They're known as the ice jiao's nemesis. Liu Ryan turned to me, little demon. Let's just wait and watch. And step in after they're both injured. That's when we'll make our move. I nodded. Suddenly, I seemed to sense something. I gestured urgently to Liu Ryan. Although the gestures didn't make much sense, she understood what I meant. Little demon, are you saying there are baby ice jiao in the cave? I nodded. The ice jiao has a trace of dragon blood. There's no way I sensed wrong. Hearing this, Liu Ryan frowned and looked at me, her expression a bit hesitant. I sighed helplessly and nodded. After all, we share a bit of the same blood. Liu Ryan looked at me, then suddenly hugged me, little demon. The best? Across the bush. So you mean the cave has ice jiao eggs? That's right. My spirit beast would never be wrong. That person nodded confidently. Hearing that, Shen Leishan from Blue Wave Academy got really excited. Ice jiao eggs can sell for millions on the black market. That much money. Everyone was overjoyed at the news. Seeing two people turn to ice statues, Shen Leishan and his group started sweating. Luckily, they weren't too close. Ice jiao eggs can sell for millions on the black market. That much money. Everyone was overjoyed at the news. At that moment, Shen Leishan excitedly said, once they start fighting, we'll sneak in quietly. Everyone nodded in agreement. Suddenly, the Gale Eagle circling above couldn't wait any longer and dove straight at the ice jiao. The frost ice jiao on the ground didn't retreat at all. It slowly opened its mouth. Countless ice spikes formed inside. They shot rapidly towards the sky. The Gale Eagle started spinning at high speed. The frosty spikes launched by the frost ice jiao were all deflected. Then, the Gale Eagle quickly fired dozens of powerful wind blades. However, the frost ice jiao just whipped its tail. All the wind blades were shattered. Right as the jiao was stiff after whipping its tail, another Gale Eagle seized the opportunity. It dove swiftly, pecked off several scales from the frost ice jiao. In the end, the ice jiao was no match for the two Gale Eagles. It gradually began to lose. Liu Ryan sighed, so I guess we still can't win. Because they naturally restrain serpent types. And there are two of them now. Suddenly, something came to my mind. I turned to look at the people from Azure Academy. Seeing the frost ice xiao falling behind, those guys would definitely take action. Sure enough, among them, two students, seeing the frost ice jiao losing ground, ignored Shen Lishan's warnings and rushed straight out. But as soon as they went out, the surrounding temperature suddenly dropped. Countless shattered ice quickly gathered around the frost ice jiao. Then, a terrifying chill erupted from the jiao's body. In just an instant, everything around was frozen solid, including those two from earlier, of course. The two Gale Eagles used their speed, flew up to the sky to avoid the freezing cold. Seeing the two frozen to ice sculptures, Shen Lishan and the others broke out in cold sweats. Luckily, they were far enough away. Then the two Gale Eagles resumed their assault. Soon, the frost ice jiao was covered in wounds. Its body was trembling, close to collapse, about to fall over. Seeing the opportunity, Shen Lishan seized the moment and led everyone around to enter from the side. They reached the cave. Liu Ryan was getting ready to go in. But behind her came Li Shin's disdainful cold snort. A bunch of idiots rushing to their deaths. You're going to join them too? If you die, the bet in a month will automatically be void. Clearly, Li Shin also sensed there were still strong presences inside that cave. Liu Ryan just glanced at him calmly, then took me and slipped into the cave. Li Shin sneered inwardly, apparently already imagining Liu Ryan's tragic fate after death. Idiot, I won't be cleaning up your corpse. Inside the cold cave, a dying frost ice jiao was circling inside. Beside it were 6 unhatched eggs. When the group entered and saw the ice jiao, they immediately collapsed in fear. But after seeing clearly, they breathed a sigh of relief. Looks like it's injured. Everyone immediately ordered their spirit beast to attack. The severely wounded frost ice jiao tried to fight back, but was instantly attacked by the other spirit beasts. Seeing the ice jiao had no strength to resist, Shen Lishan and the others rushed forward. Each grabbed an egg and ran. The moment the eggs were picked up, the ice Jiao fighting outside instantly sensed something. Ignoring the Gale Eagle's attacks, it frantically rushed toward the cave. But the two Gale Eagles' assault was too fierce, so the ice Jiao couldn't spare any energy to go back. Just as Shen Lishan and everyone were about to escape the cave, Liu Ryan suddenly blocked the entrance. She said cheerfully, "Friends, where are you going?" The moment they saw Liu Ryan, Zhou Tong's face turned extremely ugly. Shen Lishan frowned.
He said, "If you don't want to die, get out of the way."
Just as both sides were tense, get out of the way. Just as both sides were at a standoff, I had already quietly moved next to the ice pit. Since you have a trace of my dragon clan's blood, I'll send you off. Creation. With that, he dripped a drop of blood onto Bing Jiao. After the blood fell on Bing Jiao, it was instantly absorbed by him. Then the hideous wounds on his body began to heal at a speed visible to the naked eye. The cold energy inside surged abruptly. In just over 10 seconds, the Zhuan Bing Jiao, who was frozen to death moments ago, suddenly had a terrifying aura. The next second, he looked up in shock. From the body of the spirit beast in front of him, he felt a suppression at the level of the soul. Then Bing Jiao slowly lowered his head, bowing to submit to me. "Thank you, Senior. I will never forget your immense kindness." I just casually waved my claw in response. No need to be so formal. I did it because my master told me to. Upon hearing this, Zhuan Bing Jiao's eyes were filled with shock. Who could be so bold as to actually make someone as noble as you their spirit beast? But I didn't explain further. I just pointed to the cave entrance. That's not something you need to know. It's time to make those people pay. Zhuan Bing Jiao nodded slightly. A fierce gleam flashed in his eyes. Just as Shen Lishan and the others were about to attack Liu Ryan, a terrifying aura suddenly surged behind them. A bloody giant mouth appeared from the sky, and in one bite, a person and their spirit beast were swallowed up. Seeing someone next to them swallowed alive, everyone else was stunned on the spot. In a panic, they hurriedly commanded their spirit beast to attack. But even combined, they could not match Zhuan Bing Jiao's tail whip. Most of them were instantly injured. Someone frantically ran out of the cave, only to be grabbed directly by the Gale Eagle, and became a meal. The Gale Eagle's target was the eggs inside the cave all along. Now that humans had beaten them to it, how could they not be furious? The others couldn't care about anything else anymore, and scrambled out, leaving the eggs behind. So many. They left the eggs and fled out in a panic. But the Gale Eagle didn't care about any of that. It ate one after another, crunchy and crisp. Meanwhile, Shen Lishan took advantage of the chaos to escape. In just a few minutes, only Liu Ryan remained inside the cave. Liu Ryan excitedly ran over to me, the little demon. "You're just too amazing." Hearing this, I looked proud. I'm just that awesome. Seeing this, Liu Ryan couldn't help but burst out laughing. "Let's go help outside." Outside the cave, the male ice Jiao was already down to half its body. Just as it was about to be burned to death by the Gale Eagle, the rejuvenated female ice Jiao charged out of the cave. Now the ice Jiao was hundreds of times more powerful than at its previous peak. The chilling cold air that swept out instantly severely wounded a Gale Eagle, which then fled in panic. Another eagle, still unconvinced, tried to rush into the cave, when suddenly a dragon's roar echoed from inside the cave. The Gale Eagle was so terrified its feathers fell off in clumps. It immediately flew away. At this point, the male ice Jiao was barely alive. Seeing its own icy powers couldn't save him, the female ice Jiao quickly came to me. She bowed. "Senior, please help save him. I'm willing to offer up my lifespan to you, Senior." With that, the ice Jiao willingly offered up its own lifespan. Ryan, standing by, looked at me with compassion. I could only sigh helplessly, and dripped a drop of blood onto him. "Little demon, is your blood really that potent?" Hearing this, I instantly lifted my head with pride. Of course! I possess the noble bloodline of the ancestral dragon. If I gave a few more drops, They could even evolve into true dragons. A few minutes later, the male ice Jiao was fully restored. Both Jiaos immediately bowed to thank me, then took me into the ice cave. Behind the ice wall, there were nothing but shining ores. Liu Ryan was completely shocked by the sight, rushed into the ice cave, only to see that behind the ice wall were all shining ores. This sight truly astonished Liu Ryan. Iron ore of a rare type only grows in extremely cold places and is an ore that develops in such locations. It's extremely rare. It can not only enhance weapon craftsmanship, but also be used to make armor. I didn't expect so much of it here. Liu Ryan hurried forward to collect the iron ore. Then the two Jiaos took out an herb. The spirit herb was crystal clear, its leaves as sharp as ice crystals. Seeing the spirit herb, I couldn't help but ask, such powerful icy energy. Just as I was about to ask, Liu Ryan's sudden scream gave me the answer. Zhuanbing dragon saliva grass. They actually have such a rare spirit herb. This is usually a core material for ice-type serpents to break through bottlenecks. It's also very effective at treating burns caused by fire-type injuries. I nodded in agreement at this and accepted the spirit herb. Just as Liu Ryan was getting excited, she suddenly remembered something. It seemed there wasn't enough time. The dungeon time is almost up. The next second, the two Jiaos exchanged a glance, gently placed Liu Ryan and me on their heads, and quickly headed for the exit. Meanwhile, there were only 30 minutes left before the dungeon ended. Su Shaoyan anxiously looked toward the exit, then saw Li Shen strolling out leisurely. Su Shaoyan hurriedly asked, Li Shen, did you see Ryan? Li Shen just shrugged. Probably already digested by the Zhuanbing Jiao, turned to poop. Upon hearing this, Su Shaoyan's face turned pale. You guys ran into Zhuanbing Jiao? Li Shen impatiently waved her hand. Liu Ryan was too greedy. She tried to steal the Zhuanbing Jiao's eggs. She probably doesn't even have a corpse left now. As soon as she finished speaking, Shen Lishan appeared, riding his spirit beast, and ran out in an embarrassed state. Qi Tianrui, an instructor at Tianlong Academy, saw Shen Lishan in such a state, immediately walked up and asked, Lishan, what exactly happened? Shen Lishan panted heavily and detailed everything they had encountered. Su Shaoyan's heart was up in her throat. Now she believed what Li Shen said was true. Su Shaoyan's heart was up in her throat. Now she believed what Li Shen said was true. So doesn't that mean Ryan is also... As time ticked by, on the Tianlong Academy side, there was still no sign of Liu Ryan. Zhou Tong was secretly delighted. That woman must have died in there. With less than 2.5 minutes until the end, even Su Shaoyan's last trace of hope was fading. Just as everyone was about to leave, there was suddenly a disturbance in the woods. The noise was enormous, and everyone heard it clearly. Those nearby quickly summoned their own spirit beasts. Everyone be careful. Something is coming this way. The next second, Zhuanbing Jiao burst out of the forest of beginnings. Damn, it's really true. Wasn't it just a few stolen eggs from the Zhuanbing Jiao? Did it really have to chase us so far? Shen Lishan didn't reply.
He just stared grimly at the Zhuanbing Jiao in front of him.
Now we're in trouble. In a moment, I'll distract the Ace Flood Dragon. You all look for an opportunity. Before I could finish speaking, Shen Lishan and the others had already quickly run off. Qi Tianrui cursed under his breath. Just as he was about to lose hope, he saw above the Ice Flood Dragon's head, a human girl suddenly appeared. Seeing this scene, everyone was stunned. After Su Shaoyan took a closer look at the person above, she exclaimed, That's Ryan. Liu Ryan not only didn't die there, she was actually brought back by the Ice Flood Dragon. While everyone was completely confused, they saw Liu Ryan pat the Ice Flood Dragon's head. All right, everyone, we've arrived. Thanks for your hard work this time. After the Ice Flood Dragon put Liu Ryan down, it looked at me and said, Senior, thank you for saving my life. I'll never forget your kindness. If you ever need help, I'll do everything I can to assist. After I responded, I told it to go back. Watching the Ice Flood Dragon leave, Only then did everyone snap back to reality. Liu Ryan let out a long sigh at that moment. Finally made it in time. It's all thanks to little demon this time. Saying so, she walked towards Su Xiaoyan. It wasn't until Liu Ryan got close that Su Xiaoyan gradually came around. Ryan, you haven't before Su Xiaoyan could finish. Liu Ryan took out the quest item. Miss Su, just tap lightly. Everything's right here. Seeing Liu Ryan, Su Xiaoyan didn't think much, since she was alright. Anyway, she's back, that's what matters. Li Xin on the side saw Liu Ryan return safely, and said in a rather annoyed tone, Liu Ryan, you really do have great luck. You even survived that. Though I don't know what method you used to control the ice flood dragon, but in a month, the loser will only be you. When my ice phoenix evolves, you and your spirit beast have to leave the academy. After saying that, she turned and left. Faced with the taunt, Liu Ryan just glanced at her indifferently. Didn't bother to respond. Just a clown jumping around. After returning to Juxiao Academy, it was already very late. Su Xiaoyan checked the quest item, then let Liu Ryan go back to rest. Just as Liu Ryan lay down on the bed, she suddenly remembered something important. Little demon, I forgot to get you a spirit beast nest again. Hearing that, I just smiled gently. Why do I need a little nest? With a flap of my wings, I cuddled right into Liu Ryan's arms. Early the next morning, after getting the apprentice beastmaster badge, Liu Ryan took me to the forging workshop. After all, with so much iron ore, we're definitely forging some defensive gear. Looking at the familiar workshop, Liu Ryan recalled her past life. She used to come here to sell gear all the time. Still feels so familiar. Then she went to the workshop's front desk. I have some iron ore here. Make 3 sets of equipment for me. On hearing this, the receptionist's eyes flashed with surprise. Given how rare iron ore is, let alone a full set of gear, even a single bracer would already be a luxury. The conversation happened to be overheard by the supervisor passing by. Apparently now anyone can show up, 1 sentence, and they want 3 sets of cold iron gear. Talk about bragging to the heavens. Bragging all the way to the sky. Su Cheng spoke up right away. Why are you like that? What gives you the right to look down on people? Su Hu just chuckled. It's not that I'm looking down on anyone. What do you guys think? Just 2 poor students. To forge a set of iron gear, you need 400 pieces of iron ore. And you just a trainee beastmaster. Can you really provide that much? As he spoke, he pointed to the badge on Liu Ryan's chest. Su Hu said this loudly, quickly drawing the attention of some onlookers. One of them scoffed and said, he's wearing the Juxiao Academy uniform. He can't be some rich kid. Seeing his arrogant attitude, I wanted nothing more than to slap him into the wall. If he were just a summoned beast, I'd have roasted him by now. Facing Su Hu's aggression, Liu Ryan didn't get angry. Instead, she asked, if I can provide that much, what will you do then? Su Hu sneered. If you really can, I'll crawl right out of here. Hearing this, Yilan quickly waved her hands. Manager Su, that's really not necessary. But instead of accepting Yilan's kind gesture, Su Hu insulted him harshly. You can't even see what's happening here, can you? Once this is over, you're fired. Yilan's face instantly turned pale. It felt like the sky was falling. Su Hu curled his lips and looked at Liu Ryan with hostile eyes. I think you're just pretending here. At this point, all eyes were focused on Liu Ryan. Liu Ryan gave a slight smile, spread her fingers, and then pieces of iron ore fell from her storage ring. As more and more iron ore piled on the ground, Su Hu's face turned uglier and uglier. Everyone around was completely shocked. That's so many pieces of iron ore. How much would all this cost? After Liu Ryan dumped out 1,200 pieces, she looked playfully at Su. Want to check them? Until the cold spread throughout the entire workshop, Su Hu finally snapped out of it. His face was full of disbelief. How is this possible? Slowly coming to his senses again, his face full of shock. How is this possible? Since I brought them out, go ahead and honor your bet. After Liu Ryan finished speaking, the crowd immediately cleared a path. When Suhu saw this, he said angrily, "Leave a little dignity today, so we have some face tomorrow. You shouldn't be so ruthless about everything." Liu Ryan simply replied, "There's no need for that. After you walk out that door, I doubt I'll ever see you again." When Suhu heard this, he gritted his teeth. "I'm from the Su family. You really think I can't make your life in Lingyuan City miserable?" When he said the name Su family, the crowd instantly quieted down. The Su family is one of the 4 big clans in Lingyuan City. In Lingyuan, they have quite a bit of power. Seeing that Suhu wouldn't admit defeat, and was even trying to leverage his status, Liu Ryan turned to look at me. As I saw this, I flew straight up into the air. The energy inside my body began to rise quickly. "I've put up with you long enough." That jerk, seeing this, freaked out completely. He kept backing up. "What are you going to do? This is the forging workshop. You can't do whatever you want." But before he could finish, I grabbed him and threw him out the door. Lying outside the door, Suhu yelled angrily, "Juxiao Academy, huh? I'll remember you all." Then he ran off with his tail between his legs. Yilan, worried, said, "Suhu really is from the Su family. Doing this to him, I'm afraid." Liu Ryan calmly replied, "Don't worry. If he has a problem with it, let him come find me at Juxiao Academy." When the beast tide came in my previous life, all the clans of Linyuan City fought desperately. Only the Su family ran away. Families like that, keeping them in Linyuan City is a disaster. Yilan shook her head, half crying, half laughing. "Let me take care of the rest for you." With that, she put all the iron ore away. Once everything was sorted out, Liu Ryan took Su Qing and left the workshop. In the guild president's office, after hearing what happened just now, a middle-aged man asked with interest, "So you're saying a student from Juxiao Academy just casually took out more than 100 iron?" A student from Juxiao Academy just casually took out more than 100 iron. Iron ore, that's right. President. I'm wondering if he might be from one of those noble families. The president thought for a while. "Next time he comes to pick up the armor, make sure you let me know ahead of time." "Ryan, are you really giving me a set of ice armor?" Su Qing asked in disbelief. "I don't have much else to repay you with. I'll just have to give myself to you." Then she immediately hugged Liu Ryan. "That's enough. You head back to the dorm first. I need to run a dungeon with Xiao Yao." After saying goodbye, Liu Ryan took me straight to the dungeon entrance. Looking at the dungeon in front of us, Liu Ryan considered. "Xiao Yao, let's do the ultimate dungeon this time. Low-level dungeons are boring." I nodded in response, and followed Liu Ryan right away. Ultimate dungeon selection starting. Selection completed. Your dungeon this time is Lost Royal City. Detected your beast's level. Doesn't meet the dungeon's requirement. Please think carefully before entering. Yeah, Xiao is only level 7. While Liu Ryan hesitated about this, I just tapped the screen and started the dungeon. What's there to fear? I'm invincible. With that, Liu Ryan looked at me, shaking her head helplessly. Alright, just be careful later. Others nearby, when they saw we were entering the ultimate dungeon. Did I see that right? Liu Ryan really chose the ultimate dungeon. She's not afraid to die, huh? Pretty soon, Liu Ryan entered the ultimate dungeon. News of this spread throughout the martial world. Why would she go to the ultimate dungeon? The weakest things there are still level 15. Man, this is going to be big trouble. Once through the portal, we were faced with an endless desert. I was totally stunned. Where did I end up? Is this even in our country? Being sent into the desert clearly surprised Liu Ryan. This dungeon isn't what I expected. While Liu Ryan was still checking out the surroundings, I was already looking for nearby beasts. You know what? Forget it. We're here already. I'm getting it done right here. Might as well finish my second evolution now. While I was hunting for demon beasts, a giant scorpion suddenly shot out of a sand dune next to me. Its tail darted straight at me. Luckily, I reacted fast and quickly flew into the air. Seeing me get attacked, Liu Ryan hurriedly alerted me. It's a desert poison scorpion. Their venom is extremely potent. With that, Liu Ryan quickly activated a shield. She doesn't have her body from her past life after all. If she gets stung by that, who knows if she could even react. Plus, any injury a Beastmaster takes will also affect their summoned beast. After I checked out the scorpion's info, I couldn't help but click my tongue in admiration. This panel is actually higher than the Wolf King's. But the higher the level, the more experience you get. Thinking about this, I dove straight down. My dragon claws instantly collided with the scorpion's pincers. Suddenly, I sensed something strange. Turns out this scorpion poisons you just by contact. Looks like I need to finish this quickly. As the two beasts kept fighting, the scorpion became weaker and weaker, until I grabbed and tore off its tail stinger. The scorpion finally couldn't hold on and was defeated. Congratulations, you've reached level 9. 2 traits have been automatically drawn. Chaos Master and Infinite Devouring Evolution. Looking at the word evolution after Infinite Devouring, I scratched my head. This thing can actually evolve? Earlier, swallowing spiritual items would grant rewards. Now, killing fierce beasts also gives rewards. Thinking about this, I chuckled to myself. While I was harvesting experience packs, suddenly the entire desert began to shake violently. A gigantic desert scorpion burst out. Seeing this scene, Liu Ryan's expression changed slightly. This is actually the Desert Scorpion King. Be very careful, little demon, Liu Ryan said worriedly, her eyes full of concern. Hearing Liu Ryan's warning, I quickly checked his stats. All his basic attributes are over 100. Looks like breaking 100 in stats. Looks like another tough battle ahead. After saying that, I flew forward, and the Scorpion King also roared angrily and attacked me. So many descendants. Just from a single collision, I instantly felt the Scorpion King's immense power. Thankfully, I have the Rights Deprivation and Chaos Master traits. As long as I can trigger one, he'll be dead for sure. Just when I was about to lose, the Chaos Master's effect finally triggered. Seeing the system prompt, I flew straight up to the sky and withdrew from the fight. Once out of combat, my ancestral dragon bloodline started to heal my wounds. Watching the Scorpion King below attack the empty ground repeatedly, I began charging up power. Ancient Lava! A massive pillar of flame struck the Desert Scorpion King directly. Although it can't finish him off instantly, it still dealt massive damage. Finally, after continuous depletion, the Scorpion King was unable to resist any longer. He turned into a giant grilled scorpion. Congratulations! You've reached level 10. Trait drawn automatically, Magnetic Body Partial Enlargement. After seeing the ability of this trait, an idea suddenly popped into my head. This ability lasts for 3 minutes. A real man, huh? Why does it feel kind of weird? Then I checked the panel. So many attribute increases. What kind of skill book and key is this? A hidden dungeon? Or Scorpion King's treasure? No telling how much treasure this old scorpion hid. Just then, Liu Ryan anxiously ran over. She rushed over and hugged me. Little demon, are you alright? You weren't hurt, were you? I shook my head. Then slowly opened both dragon claws. Liu Ryan looked at these 2 items. Her expression changed slightly. This is the key to unlock secrets. She also got a key like this in her previous life, and found the hidden secret realm. Inside, there were not only many precious herbs, but also many common beast cores. Then she looked at the Scorpion King's beast core. Little demon, this is good stuff. Quickly absorb it. I nodded. I absorbed the Desert Scorpion King's beast core. Gained attack, impact, and defense bonuses. After that, Liu Ryan and I searched for the entrance to the hidden secret realm together. In the end, the 2 of us finally found a cave entrance. The cave was oddly quiet. No idea how long we walked in the darkness. Finally, we arrived at an extremely spacious area. Ahead appeared a grand stone gate. just as Liu Ryan was about to rush forward. I sensed something instantly. I quickly flew in front of Liu Ryan to block her. Then I pointed ahead. "Little demon, you mean there's something up ahead?" I nodded, cautiously flying forward. When we were about 20 meters from the stone gate, 4 red lights suddenly appeared ahead. Just as I retreated, I saw a gigantic wooden club come crashing toward us. With a thunderous boom, the immense force smashed the ground directly. Luckily, we dodged in time. "What is this thing?" After saying that, I looked behind us. Once the dust cleared, only then could I see clearly. A giant half-orc stood upright before the stone gate. Liu Ryan was startled. "Little demon, that's a half-orc. Their intelligence is pretty low, but their attack and defense are both strong. And once they lock onto a target, they won't stop until they've killed their opponent." Last life in Linyuan City during the Beast Tide, these half-orcs were the vanguard. Spirit Beast attacks couldn't break their defenses at all. But they all have fatal weaknesses. Their eyesight isn't very good. After finishing, Liu Ryan found a safe place to hide. She then surrounded herself with a protective shield. Seeing Liu Ryan was safe, I finally felt at ease to start fighting. As I was about to attack, in the darkness not far away, a pair of red eyes were darting about quickly. A half-orc descended from above, landing heavily on the ground. 2 half-orcs, huh? I've eaten scorpion meat before, but never tried half-orc meat. I've never tasted half-orc meat. Since I wanted to end the fight quickly, I directly used ancient lava. Didn't expect that half-orc to block it with just a shield. Then the half-orc behind launched a quick attack. He hurled the wooden club at me with force. I was knocked down instantly. Liu Ryan jumped out anxiously from the side. She immediately drew the attention of the 2 half-orcs. At the instant the 2 half-orcs turned, I launched 2 ancient flames directly. Dragon Flame instantly knocked both beasts to the ground, then moved forward quickly. Dragon Claws combined with absolute penetration spikes instantly killed both half-orcs. Congratulations, host, you've leveled up to 12. After killing the 2, I collapsed powerlessly on the ground. The level gap really is a bit too much. Facing 2 was already kind of pushing it. Liu Ryan quickly came up from the side. "Little demon, are you okay?" She frantically took out food from her ring after speaking. After eating the food, I quickly recovered my strength with the help of the ancestral dragon bloodline. Seeing me recover, Liu Ryan finally breathed a sigh of relief. "My little demon, you're truly the best." Then 1 person and 1 beast arrived at the stone gate. Liu Ryan took a deep breath. She inserted the key into the slot. The heavy stone gate slowly opened. A strange light radiated out. What greeted us was a majestic desert ancient city. Liu Ryan shook her head helplessly. "Little demon, looks like we've entered a hidden dungeon. Didn't expect we'd hit such a low probability event." Hearing this, I didn't say anything. I just stared closely into the distance. At that empty throne, suddenly there was a ripple in space. Successfully entered the Lost King City. A hidden boss has appeared. The monarch of Lost King City, Alhes, heard this. Liu Ryan's face gradually grew serious. In her previous life, she'd also entered a hidden dungeon once. Only fought a few times. Her own spirit beast was badly injured. Thankfully, she had reached 5 Da Chang ranks then. Only then was she able to slay the hidden boss. I, on the other hand, stared at him excitedly. Since it's a hidden boss, the experience must be massive, right? If I take him down, that'll definitely get me a 2nd evolution. Just as I was thinking this, I saw the dungeon boss slowly raise his head. A scepter formed in his hand. "Intruders shall die." At this moment, Liu Ryan told me about this boss's info. "I don't really know much. You must be very careful later." "I will try my best to figure out his weaknesses. Absolutely don't rush in blindly." Hearing this, I nodded. Slowly advanced toward Alhes and checked his stats. Definitely worthy of being a hidden boss. His stats are just insanely high. I decided to probe with Dragon Flame first. Faced with my attack, Alhi simply raised his scepter. The scepter instantly gathered a strange energy. A sandstorm swept up sand and rocks, surrounding the ancient dragon rock, and then it was directly assimilated into sand. My pupils shrank.
He can actually turn dragon rock into sand.
That's quite an ability. After neutralizing my attack, Alhi's quickly launched a counterattack. He rapidly burrowed into the sand. The next second, he appeared right in front of me. He swung his scepter down fiercely. I quickly raised my palm to block. Suddenly, there was a strange feeling in my arm. I hurried back, keeping distance from the boss. I saw the arm that touched the scepter was slowly turning to sand. With the wind and sand falling to the ground,
He can turn objects into sand?
what terrifying ability. After saying that, my ancestral dragon bloodline quickly began repairing my body. Once my arm instantly recovered, Alhi's looked puzzled across from me. The next second, he raised his staff and plunged it into the earth. The surrounding sand began to violently shift, forming an ocean of sand. It surged toward me fiercely. Upon seeing this, I hurriedly flew into the sand city. If he hits me with that, it'll be real trouble. If he hits me with that, it'll be real trouble. Far away, Liu Ryan was fully focused, searching for a weak point in the sea of sand. Skills like this that deal massive AE damage always have a weak spot. After Liu Ryan searched desperately, she finally discovered the breakthrough point. So she hurriedly shouted to attack the center of the sand sea. That's the sand sea's weak spot. After hearing Liu Ryan's voice, I immediately paused and looked that way. Sure enough, there was a tiny vortex at the center of the sand sea. I instantly used gigantification to boost Dragon Claw, rushing toward the sea of sand. Broke through the vortex in the center. After hitting the vital spot, the sand sea began to dissipate. Alhi's was affected as well. His aura weakened quite a bit. Seeing this, I charged at the boss and started fighting Alhi's. Although his sand-altering ability is still incredible, I have my ancestral dragon bloodline, which can heal wounds instantly. As the battle wore on, Alhi's power grew weaker and weaker. Finally, I smashed his head with one palm. His body flew out in a bizarre posture, sent away at an odd angle. Just as I was about to attack again, I saw him manipulate the surrounding sand particles, starting to repair himself. Upon witnessing that scene, I smiled slightly. I knew you'd do that. Thick smoke quickly gushed out. The high temperature instantly melted the sand around him. As the solution kept dripping, it gradually solidified into glass on R's body, freezing Ars in place. Then quickly rushed forward and kept attacking. Just before Ars could break free from the control, he successfully triggered the skills Full Deprivation and Chaos Master. Deprived Ars of his skills. Slaying Rebirth. Ars entered a state of chaos. Hearing the sound from the system, I gave a slight smile and instantly appeared behind Ars. I don't believe you can withstand my primal lava this time. A loud bang. Without slaying Rebirth, Ars was instantly melted into a glass statue. Under the sunlight, the glass statue sparkled in the sun. Seeing this scene, I couldn't hold on anymore and fell straight from the sky. Liu Ryan hurriedly rushed over and caught me steadily in her arms. Her eyes were full of shock and concern. Just now she wanted to rush in and help me, but she's too weak right now. Xiaoyao, you're truly amazing. You actually managed to defeat a hidden boss 18 levels above you. Once this instance is over, I definitely need to reward you properly. Looking at Liu Ryan's moist eyes, I gave a slight smile. As long as I have hands, I'm good. At this moment, the voice announcing the end of the instance sounded. You have successfully slain the hidden boss. Desert Lord Ars. Cleared the hidden dungeon. Congratulations, you have earned the title, Lone Aura of the Desert. Hearing the instance's notification sound, both Liu Ryan and I were overjoyed. Xiaoyao, we got an achievement. You're incredible. At the moment, lying in Liu Ryan's arms, my stamina was slowly returning. Getting the achievement was great and all. But what I cared about was the experience points dropped. As expected of a hidden boss, the experience points were huge. The second evolution is finally. Seeing my level go up by 3, I couldn't stop grinning. Just as I was about to check the trait I drew, a wave of drowsiness hit me, and my second evolution began. Liu Ryan quickly set up a protective barrier around me, so nothing would disturb Xiaoyou. Although after the hidden boss was taken care of, there would be no more dangers in the dungeon. It's still better to be safe. She then started searching around the instance. After a short while, she found Ar's hidden treasure. The moment she saw the items, Liu Ryan was instantly stunned. The sand crown that can control desert spirit beasts, the stone hourglass that can rewind time. If these two were auctioned off, they might be worth more than 10 billion. As for the other two treasures, there's nothing special about them. One is desert armor, which only offers some defense. The other is a space anchor, which can be used for teleportation. But it's consumable. It only provides some defense. The other is a space anchor, which can be used for teleportation. But it's consumable. She searched elsewhere in the palace, and only returned to me after confirming there was nothing left. By now I was already enveloped in white light, and had transformed into a giant egg. Liu Ryan stared in surprise at the egg in front of her. Looks like I can't sleep holding Xiaoyou anymore. Outside Juxiao Academy's dungeon. It has been 3 days since Liu Ryan entered the instance. 3 days have passed. Su Xiaoyang comes to wait at the dungeon entrance every day. During this period, Li Wuling also comes to check on the spot, just as Wuling was puzzled about why there were so many people at the entrance today. Someone next to him discussed, "Did you hear? Today is Li Xing's day to go into the instance. His spirit beast has already reached level 11. Upon hearing everyone's discussion, Wuling finally seemed to get it. This girl is way too impatient. Wouldn't it be safer to level up a few more times? But then again, he truly does have the qualifications. After all, it's a god-level spirit beast that awakened the Phoenix bloodline. Killing enemies of a higher level has already become a common occurrence. Even if it encounters a fierce beast 5 levels higher than itself, it should be able to handle it with ease." Speaking of which, Li Xing can be seen slowly walking over, and without a moment's hesitation, he directly opened the ultimate dungeon. At the same time, my evolution was also nearing its end. Liu Ryan also felt the change, looking at me with curiosity. She wondered what Zhao Ya would look like after evolving. I'm so looking forward to it. Finally, as cracks appeared, the eggshell broke. I completed my second evolution. Just as I was feeling the power within my body, I realized Ryan had disappeared to somewhere unknown. Just as I was about to go look for her, I heard a sound coming from beneath my feet. There stood Liu Ryan, dazed, lost in thought about something. Completion of the second evolution rewards evolution points. 10-point reward. Talent, size control. Your current basic stats have reached the maximum. To continue improving, special materials are required for a breakthrough. Hearing this, I immediately opened the panel to check. After seeing my own basic stats, I was completely stunned. Is it really this intense? Everything is 999. After seeing my own basic stats, I was completely stunned. Is it really this intense? Everything is 999. Truly worthy of the Dragon Clan. These stats are just too insane. And this is only the second evolution. I can't imagine how insane the values will be later on. But what are these special materials? Whatever, that's something for Zhao Yao to worry about. I can also control my size at will now, so I'm not afraid that I won't be able to cuddle with Xiaoyou after getting bigger. At this moment, Liu Ryan was shocked to the core. As expected of the Supreme Dragon Clan, a straight row of 999s. While Liu Ryan was thinking, I had already changed back to my original size. Seeing me shrink, Liu Ryan excitedly took me into her arms. Let's go, Zhao Yao. The dungeon time is almost up. We've been in the dungeon for so long. I wonder how many days have passed outside. At this moment, Li Xin from Zhujiao Academy had already selected the ultimate dungeon. The teleportation gate had also opened. Just 1 second before entering the dungeon, at the entrance of the ultimate dungeon on the left, a teleportation gate suddenly appeared. The moment the teleportation gate appeared, everyone's eyes were immediately drawn to it. Has anyone entered the ultimate dungeon before? Wait, That person seems to be Liu Ryan. Nearby, Wu Lin saw me in Liu Ryan's arms and suddenly felt a pang of palpitations. The terrifying aura rushing toward him constantly reminded him that this spirit beast really wasn't simple. Seeing Liu Ryan come out, Su Xiaoyan immediately went up to meet her. Ryan, are you okay? You were too impatient. You just reached apprentice beast tamer. How could you go into an ultimate dungeon? Liu Ryan gave an awkward smile. If it weren't because I'm a dragon clan, she might not have made it out this time. Li Shen, who was about to enter the dungeon, had a gloomy face. Just pure luck.
He then looked at the bluebird.
And walked into the dungeon. After undergoing one evolution, the bluebird had become even more similar to a phoenix. Its aura grew increasingly powerful. In the distance, after suppressing the fear in his heart, Wu Ling stepped forward to offer his regards. In the distance, after suppressing the fear in his heart, Wu Ling stepped forward and offered a brief greeting. Liu Ryan then left the place and went back to the archives to check things over. If I really am from the Dragon Clan, it would likely cause the entire Xia country, and even the whole world, to be swept into a bloodbath. After returning to the dormitory, Liu Ryan dragged her exhausted body and immediately lay down on the bed. As for me, after these past few days of fighting, I was also physically and mentally exhausted. Lying in her arms, I fell fast asleep. On the other side, Su Hu, who was driven away last time, was bringing people to cause trouble at the workshop. Do you have that woman's contact information? I'll give you 10 minutes to call her over here for me. Otherwise, you know the consequences. Yi Lan replied in terror. Don't go too far. This is the forging workshop. Su Hu shrugged disdainfully. So what? Does old man Zuo even dare to move against my Su family? Tell old man Zuo to come out. You lot aren't qualified to speak with me. Seeing this, the others immediately informed Zuo Chengshen of the matter. Dean, the Su family has come to the workshop to cause trouble. Zuo Chengshen, who had been busy all day, had a sharp glint flash in his eyes. The Su family certainly thinks a lot of themselves. Zuo Chengshen gave a couple of cold laughs, slowly stood up and said, Who gave him the nerve to cause trouble on my turf? With that, he walked out to the main hall. Seeing Zuo Chengshen come out, Su Feng immediately spoke up. My brother had an accident at your place. You have to give me an explanation. I heard that woman has 3 sets of frost armor. Hand her over, and I'll act as if this never happened. His coming here to stick up for Su Fu was one reason, but the more important thing was to get those 3 sets of frost armor. Hearing this, Zuo Chengshen laughed instead of getting angry. The 3 sets of frost armor do not belong to my forging workshop. Asking me to hand them over to you, that is impossible. Besides, coming here so blatantly, is this the intention of the Su family head, or is it the intention of you two yourselves? Hearing this, the expressions of the two froze. The two of them were indeed acting on their own. After all, the value of the frost armor had probably reached as much as 3 million. They originally thought that by using the Su family name, Zuo Chengshen wouldn't dare to oppose them. They didn't expect him to see right through them. They didn't dare to oppose him, but they didn't expect him to see right through them. Seeing Su Feng's face turn more and more unsightly, Zuo Chengshen continued, If this were known by your family head, you would likely. Before Zuo Chengshen could finish, Su Hu immediately said in anger, Stop putting on an act here. Zuo Chengshen continued, If it weren't for your family heads pleading to let you work here, you wouldn't even be able to see me. Just then, Yi Lan had already brought Liu Ryan here. I was full of murderous intent. How dare they disturb my sleep? These Su family people really don't know what's good for them. Seeing Liu Ryan appear, Su Hu immediately wore a playful smirk. I can't mess with the workshop, but can't I handle you? After Su Feng saw Liu Ryan's appearance, he was immediately infatuated. He said to Liu Ryan, How about this? You spend a night with me, and we'll call it even. What do you think? Su Hu wanted to say something, but was immediately glared back by Su Feng. To be Su Feng's woman is your honor? As soon as I heard these words from Su Feng, the anger in my heart skyrocketed. How dare he hit on my Zhao Yao Yao? If I don't shoot you later, I'll admit you're really clean. When Liu Ryan heard this, her brows furrowed. If it weren't for the rule of law, I'd really want to send him to meet his ancestors. No need to make things so complicated. If you can win the duel, I'll give you my 3 sets of cold iron armor. Hearing the word duel, Su Feng's eyes instantly lit up with excitement. That's great. I've been waiting for you to say that. If my brother hadn't been careless last time, how would he have been ambushed by your weird beast? Soon, under the witness of the crowd, the two arrived at the dueling stage outside. Yilan hardly spoke up, miss. That scoundrel's spirit beast is an epic frost spider. You must be careful. Zuo Chenshin also brought out the prepared ice armor. Sorry, this happened because of us. Afterwards, we'll make sure to compensate you satisfactorily. Put this cold armor on first. It's got higher resistance to spirit beasts with the same element. Liu Ryan waved her hand, indicating she refused. It's not necessary. Dealing with this trash doesn't require such caution. She waved her hand, indicating she refused. It's not necessary. No need to be so cautious against this trash. Soon news of Liu Ryan's duel with Su Feng spread throughout Nine Heavens Academy. Spectators quickly filled the dueling stage. In the dueling arena, Liu Ryan looked at them with disdain and said, "You two losers, come at me together. Don't waste any more time. Zhao Yao wants to hurry back and sleep." Hearing this, Su Feng grinned. "I love conquering women like you. Just wait until I kill this pathetic beast, and see if you can still act all arrogant." Seeing Su Feng's disgusting expression, I wish I could tear his mouth apart. If you walk away alive later, then I'm not even human. Su Feng waved his right hand and directly summoned the frost spider. Ignorant woman, let me show you what a real spirit beast is. The instant the frost spider appeared, the whole arena was engulfed by a cold current. Everyone shivered. Is this the pressure of an epic spirit beast? Amid cries of astonishment, Su Hu also summoned his spirit beast, a rare quality ghost-faced spider. It was only then that everyone realized. It was actually 1 versus 2. Didn't expect this beauty to be so arrogant. Just this one epic spirit beast is enough to decide the outcome. What's even worth watching then? But before the person could finish, I suddenly soared into the air, and my body rapidly grew larger. My gigantic form covered the entire sky in an instant. Everyone on the scene looked up at me in terror. If the frost spider just now only shocked them, now my presence in the sky brought fear from deep within their souls. Some couldn't withstand it and already kneeled on the ground. The 2 Su brothers on the stage, faced with my undisguised aura, were completely frozen in fear. Su Hu next to them gaped. What the hell is that? Su Feng trembled as he desperately asked.
He was just about to command the frost spider to attack
When a giant dragon claw suddenly swung down at the 2 spirit beasts, and its massive force shattered the dueling stage. The powerful impact even shattered the arena, and the shockwave broke through all the shields around. Faced with the raging wind, everyone quickly activated their shields to defend. In the center of the dueling arena, as the surrounding smoke gradually cleared, the 2 spirit beasts were nowhere to be seen. Only the 2 of them remained on stage. Just 2 people and 2 bugs? And they dare act arrogant in front of me. With my roar, the entire Lingyan city shook. Looking at the fragments of their spirit beasts, Su Feng was instantly overwhelmed with rage. Watching the 2 spirit beasts get smashed flat. In an instant, offstage, Su Qing excitedly turned to those around her and said, "When they see me, they say, 'The little one is really impressive.' You guys still don't believe it." Right now, I'm staring intently at the 2 people on stage. Liu Ryan instantly understood what I was thinking. "Go ahead, little demon." The 2 sensed something was wrong. With fear on their faces, they said, "What are you going to do?" "We admit defeat. We won't mess with you again." Liu Ryan just replied coldly, "You should be negotiating with my spirit beast, not with me. I think you should know. Entering the arena means life or death. At this point, Lu Feng was no longer arrogant. He was dying to get on his knees and beg for mercy, thinking to himself that if he survived today, he must report everything to the family head and have the family head intervene and capture both me and this woman. But this plan was destined to fail today. I roared in anger. The pressure from me was like a mountain pressing down on the two of them. In a flash, the two exploded. A red mist slowly drifted into the air, watching the two's miserable death. Everyone in the arena fled in panic. No one expected me to be so ruthless, daring to strike so hard at people from the Su family. If the Su family comes seeking justice, even the bystanders might not get away unscathed. Meanwhile, standing above, Suo Chengshen witnessed everything and stared fixedly at me, as if something came to mind. This spirit beast is unbelievably powerful. Definitely not an ordinary spirit beast. And this appearance looks like something I've seen in an ancient text. Beside him, Yulan said anxiously, "President, these two died here at our place." Will the Su family? Suo Chengshen hesitated and said, "You saw this girl's strength. She's even better than that disciple." Will the Su family? Suo Chengshen hesitated and said, "You saw this girl's strength. Her training might not be a bad thing. Besides, the Su family isn't powerful enough to act against us. I'll go prepare first. Later, you invite them to come meet me." At this moment, I finally felt a bit relieved. Then I shrank down and ran straight into Liu Ryan's arms. I'm exhausted. Those two were really hopelessly weak. Then Liu Ryan led us back to the forge workshop. Zuo Chenshen smiled and handed 3 sets of ice armor to Liu Ryan. "I don't know your names yet. I'm Liu Ryan. This is Su Qing. We're both students at Skyward Academy." Zuo Chenshen smiled and asked tentatively, "What's the species of this spirit beast?" Liu Ryan shook her head with a smile. "Sorry, that's not convenient to reveal. After all, dragons are still too rare. If certain people found out, they'd definitely have their own schemes." Zuo Chenshen nodded and didn't continue questioning. Suddenly, he thought of something and was about to speak. Liu Ryan quickly changed the subject. "I have another set of armor here. Would you be interested in buying it?" She took out the desert armor she got in the dungeon. The moment he saw the desert armor, Zuo Chenshen was a bit surprised. "This is a brand new set of desert armor. Are you really going to sell it?" Liu Ryan nodded. "That's right. How much can I get for this set?" Zuo Chenshen quickly estimated in his mind. 2.86 million. Liu Ryan covered her mouth in surprise. She thought she could only get around 1 million. Now, little demon is in for a treat. Hehe, then she opened up my panel. "I wonder if there's anything in the workshop that suits my breakthrough." Looking at the list of materials, Liu Ryan fell into deep thought. When the beast tide came in my last life, my own spirit beast was only level 50. Its attack was only about 700. So I had no idea about the materials. Then Liu Ryan asked, "Do you have a life stone here? A material that can greatly boost a spirit beast's HP. If you really need it, you can check the auction house." Zuo Chenshen said in surprise. Liu Ryan stiffened a bit. Mentioning the auction house reminded her of what happened there in her past life. After returning to the dorm, Liu Ryan and Su Qing went to prepare food for me, while I lay comfortably on the bed. Opened up my own panel. I'm going to use the mythic trait to resurrect fallen dragons. But I'm not sure if there are still dragon remains left in this world. Thinking this, I scrolled down to check further. After fully understanding what this mythic trait does, I was honestly left speechless with shock. Even though the trigger conditions are tough, the rewards are incredible. Earlier, I heard Liu Ryan say, "Dragons are supreme in this world." After dinner, when Liu Ryan left to do the dishes, Su Qing, who had been waiting finally, walked over to me with a sly grin. "I still don't know, little guy, are you male or female?" I froze up. No way, not this again. Not long after, Liu Ryan opened the door and came in. She just stepped in to see me roughhousing on Su Qing's back. Seeing Liu Ryan walk in, Su Qing immediately complained, "Look, the little one is bullying me." Seeing Su Qing like that, Liu Ryan rolled her eyes. After that, I went back to her bed. "Let's sleep early. We need to get up early for the auction tomorrow." The next day, they headed to the auction house early. Seeing the familiar scene inside, Liu Ryan couldn't help but give a bitter smile. Not only did she fail to win anything, she was even forced by that person's family to pay a large sum as compensation. While Liu Ryan was sighing, Su Qing walked over with a woman. "Ryan, this is my mom. She works here. She helped you get familiar with everything here." Hearing that, Liu Ryan nodded. "Thank you, Auntie, for the help." Then she took out the token Zhuo Changshan had insisted on giving her yesterday. Something called a VIP private auction card. Apparently, VIP auction prices can get a discount. Then they headed to the suite on the second floor. This time, many more big shots will be coming to the auction. "You two must never get into conflict with them," Ji Qing said sternly to the pair. With the auction about to start, everyone entered the main hall. In one of the second floor suites, Su family head Su Wenin was listening to a report from his subordinate. "Patriarch, we found out. The one who killed the Su brothers is a student named Liu Ryan from Skyward Academy." Sitting beside him, Su Yang snorted coldly. "Those two idiots picked the wrong fight. Of all people, they crossed Zhuo Changshan and even lost to a student. What a pair of losers. After this auction ends, I'll personally visit Skyward Academy." A man in a black robe then entered the auction arena and went into one of the suites upstairs, even though he was dressed head to toe in black. Trying hard to hide his appearance, some people with sharp eyes still noticed him. Isn't that Wang Fu Linma one of Xiaoguo's top 10 powerhouses? It really does look like him. Even he came to this auction. There must be something really good at this auction. Wait a minute. Isn't that the god of 100 battles, Huo Luo from Lingyan City? It's said that in the black market's death arena, he's never been defeated. His strength is absolutely terrifying. A lot of top big shots have come to this auction. What a feast for the eyes. With all the important figures present, the auction is now officially starting. I chewed on my food while scanning the auction hall. I could clearly feel that in this hall, there were more than a dozen strong auras. But for now, they were all hidden somewhere in the space. As the auction began, a stunning woman in a cheongsam seductively walked onto the stage. "Thank you all for waiting. Tonight's auction is officially starting. First, let's present our first auction item." With a command from the cheongsam-clad lady, the center of the platform slowly rose to reveal a groove. In the very center of that groove sat an exquisite little box. "This is our first auction item for tonight. Allow me to introduce it to you all." There was an exquisite little box. "This is our first auction item for tonight. Allow me to introduce it to you all." Then the lady in the cheongsam opened the box. Inside was a black fruit about the size of a palm. "Everyone, this is called the nether fruit. When consumed by a shadow-type spirit beast, there's a certain chance for it to awaken a shadow talent. Of course, if it's not consumed by a shadow-type beast, it can still boost experience and combat power. The starting bid is 10,000. Each raise must be at least 2,000. Please place your bids." End of drawing. Seeing this, the people below raised their paddles. They were all raring to go. Some of them had contracted shadow-type spirit beasts, so this nether fruit was extremely useful for their beast's growth. After a fierce 3-minute bid, this nether fruit was finally sold to a chubby man for 32,000. Inside a second-floor private box, seeing the intense bidding below, Su Qing looked a bit confused. It's just a regular nether fruit. How could it sell for such a high price? Liu Ryan smiled faintly. She explained, "Of course it couldn't. Pay attention to that lady in the cheongsam, her words and her movements." That's when Su Qing finally focused her attention on the woman in the cheongsam. Her clothing and movements were extremely seductive. Every gesture looked carefully designed. She was enticing the men in the audience. I get it now. This is what they call being tempted by beauty. Throwing money around. Liu Ryan chuckled. Besides, some of them didn't even really want that nether fruit. They were just trying to drive up the price. Let's just hope when it's our turn to bid for the life stone, these guys don't mess things up. Su Qing nodded. Yeah, let's hope so. A bunch of annoying people. The auction had only been going about 40 minutes, and almost a dozen items had already been sold. 2 of them were rare beast cores. This particular beast core managed to attract bids from the 3 major academies and the 4 big families, and even Huang Fulin was joining the bidding. In the end, this show was sold for 3.45 million. It was successfully bought by Huang Fulin. Seeing this happen, the others could only watch helplessly. No one dared to even think about it. They couldn't fight for it, and couldn't snatch it, so they could only watch helplessly. No one dared to even think about it. They couldn't fight for it, and couldn't snatch it. What else could they do? As for the other shoe, it was bought by Su Wenin for 3.21 million. What a shame. Didn't get any of them. Someone sighed and lamented. The person next to him forced a smile and said, "Just be content." That's the Su family. Around 50 minutes into the auction, Liu Ryan finally got what she wanted. The woman in the kibao slowly opened the box in her hand. Then she smiled sweetly and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this item is called the Stone of Life. Once absorbed, it can not only increase a spirit beast's base health by a large amount, but more importantly, it protects a contracted beast when it's near death. It serves a protective function. And for special retail beasts, it's necessary to break through their health limit. The starting bid is 30,000. As soon as the woman finished speaking, someone immediately started bidding. Su Wenin swirled the red wine glass in his hand and said casually, "Raise the price." A lot of people are eyeing this thing. The butler quickly raised his auction paddle and loudly announced, 1 million. Once this price was called, the whole audience instantly fell silent. Everyone on the first floor turned their heads in unison to look at the Su family box. The Su family made a move again. How are people supposed to survive? Let the big shots fight each other. We'll just watch. You guys just enjoy the show. Seeing the Su family place a bid, most people gave up on bidding. Some stubborn ones gritted their teeth and offered 1.03 million. The butler calmly said, 1.3 million. As soon as this price was announced, the crowd broke out in another uproar. Well, now it's totally hopeless. Everyone smiled bitterly from the second floor box. Su Qing anxiously slapped the table a few times. "Ryan, the people in that box are trying to compete with us for the Stone of Life." Liu Ryan just smiled calmly, then raised her bidding paddle. 1.5 million. The Stone of Life is quite precious. It's normal for people to compete. Seeing someone dare to compete with the Su family, everyone exclaimed. They hurried to look toward the direction of the voice. Who are those people in that box? They actually dared to challenge the Su family. Su Wenin laughed. Interesting. The butler beside him raised his paddle. 1.7 million. Leng Yujiao calmly said, 2 million. I'm determined to win this Stone of Life. The butler, 2.1 million. Seeing this, I frowned. Who are those people in the box across from us? So intent on causing trouble. This kind of bidding isn't even about wanting the Stone of Life. It seems more like raising prices just to stir things up. Better not let me find out who they are. The final price was set at 2.97 million. That butler didn't respond again. Seeing the outcome was satisfactory, Su Wenin smiled and said, We're just here to have some fun. No need to snatch things from others. The main event is yet to come.